Welcome to the first lecture, that is orientation class. Welcome to the first lecture. Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Join fast. Hi. Evening. First lecture today, orientation class. Today we won't be discussing the subject. We won't be starting the subject. Okay. I'll give you the brief idea about how the subject will progress and what will be the method of teaching. Okay. And what is the total details of the subject. Okay. Hi. Good evening. Good evening. How many of you are from the earlier class? Anyone is there from the older class also? Anyone? Just type yes, okay? If you are from that older class also. Okay? Hi, good evening, good evening. Yeah. Say this. So today's orientation class. Orientation means here, Ocha, you are long back. Okay. Long back you guys were there. Victory batch was long back. Yeah. Acha, from ABM, then it's okay. So, here today I'll be giving you only about the details of that subject. No studies as such. Okay. At the end, I'll give you 2-3 problems. Means how do we solve? What are the levels of the problems that we'll see. So let's start without wasting the time immediately. How many of you are watching on YouTube? Those of you who are watching on YouTube, this is a free class today. So type yes in the comment section. Okay. Also subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon and join the batch immediately. Join this because today it's okay, but from tomorrow we'll be starting with the real subject, same time. Okay. So what are the 4 papers basically? See this. Now the registrations are going on, right? All of you might be busy in some registration. Some of you might have already done it. Some of you might have been still pending in this. Okay. So in this case, remember 4 subjects. Okay. ABM, BFM, ABFM, BRBL. Okay. And I'll just give you the brief idea of these subjects. Okay. So, ABM module A is statistics, numericals. Here it contains numericals and theory. Module C contains 20% numericals. Okay, 20% roughly numericals. Okay, and remaining theory. B and D complete theory. Okay, BFM all the 4 modules numericals plus theory. Okay, wherever I have written N, numericals are there, but theory is there for each and every subject. So theory will be there here in all the 4 subjects, all the 4 modules. ABFM, B and C numericals, advanced concepts and valuation mergers numericals plus theory, and A and D only theory. BRBL complete theory. Okay, so this is the basic bifurcation of your subjects, means where you should focus. Okay, now when I say numericals, it doesn't mean that you should focus less on theory, because it gets into our mind that theory we can cover later. Means we feel, some of us feel that theory we can cover later, but theory you can't cover later. Okay, I've just put down my video so that you can watch this module D, commercial and other laws. Okay, so it's not that theory you can do it later. Remember, theory is also to be done at the same time. Okay, so coming back now. So this is the basic bifurcation. Now about the electives, which electives to select? The best thing I would tell you to select is rural or HR, the best ones. If you have a domain of IT, then select IT. If you have a domain of RBI, somewhere working in RBI or have worked in such departments which deal with RBI, then take central banking. If you have a domain of risk management, treasury, or you are very much good in BFM, only then take risk management. Otherwise, the best ones are HR and rural. Even among these 2, if you want to choose, I would suggest HR. HR is one of the best electives to choose. Easiest ones as compared to others. Rural, you have some numericals, but in HR, you don't have any numericals. Okay. Negative marking is not there. So that is a advantage to you. That's a boon to you. Subjective questions. What are subjective questions? It means there will be certain questions in which only the options will not be given to you. Only the question will be given to you, and you will have to type the answer on yourself. Whatever you think, that you'll have to type it. Okay? So that is subjective question. Got it? Overall idea you got it about this subjects. Okay? Now we'll focus on BFM. Okay? So how much time is required for this CIB preparations? Here, daily 2 hours minimum, I would suggest. Now 2 hours is bare minimum, I'll call it. Bare minimum. Very least is 2 hours. Okay, otherwise it's not that 2 hours. I would say it's actually 4 to 5 hours. But I know practically it's not possible for you to get this 4 or 5 hours on a daily basis. At least do 2 hours daily. Okay. How much time is wasted in the banking job? Now this already I've covered it many times. Just I'll refer it fast and then we'll move ahead. Unwanted WhatsApp groups and messages, try to delete them as much as possible. Don't waste your time. Overwhelming emails, try to delete them as much as possible or don't pay attention to them. Instant message notifications, don't pay attention to them. Unnecessary friends, chats and tea breaks, avoid them for some time. Online shopping, avoid them for some time. Weekends means weekend parties, weekend all these things, avoid for some time. How many months? Hardly 2.5 months are remaining, right? So avoid for 2.5 months, and definitely after that you have your own time, right? So I'll cover these topics in fast, means whichever are the knowledgeable or GAN topics that I'll cover fast. Then we'll go to the typical BFM part. Okay. Is guidance from professionals required? Now, those who have not joined the paid classes and watching it on YouTube, kindly note, without professional guidance, it's very difficult to clear this CIB exam. Okay. Why? Because this books, if you check the book size, roughly it is 600 to 700 pages per subject. Okay, so consider 6 into 4, 2400 or 2600 average, plus one elective. Elective is around 500 pages. Each one, any elective, around 500 pages. So 3000 pages on an average you have to study in how many months? 2 months. So if you go on dividing, 2 months means per month 1500 pages. Per day, 50 pages. 1500 divided by 30. Per day, 50 pages. How many of us will be able to do this after a banking job? I come back from banking for working for around 10 hours a day with the pressures, then family time. Will I be able to do this? No. So that's why professional help is required over here. Those who have joined the classes, well and good. Follow the instructions and move as per the instructions given in the classes. Okay. And those who have not joined, do join immediately. So proven track record. See this, proven track record means what? The professional itself should be trustworthy. Otherwise, anybody is a professional today. Okay. So the professional itself should be trustworthy. For example, like many in Adda 24/7. Okay. We ourselves have given CIB exams. Okay. Many of us means and others are CAs as well. So the trustworthy record, plus all of us have done more than around what, 30, 40 batches, more than 40 batches roughly. Plus students, roughly 10, 15, 20,000 students have passed. So that's why what happens, the professional or the one who is teaching you should be trustworthy and empathetic. Empathetic means what? You must means I must understand your situation. That's the important part. Because we are not students now. At the student level, you used to sit for 4 or 5 hours daily while studying. Okay, but practically today it's not possible. So that's what I need to understand before teaching you. Okay, that's called as andragogy, right? So now download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. Those who have not downloaded yet, download it right now and start the classes. How do I rob time within my job schedule? Means within the job schedule when you are working, how do you make best use of the time? Read the GRs available on the bank employee portals. Here, every bank is having their own employee portal. Read the GRs available. GRs means whatever comes from RBI, latest ones. Okay. Follow IIBF vision. Never miss this IIBF vision. It gives you the latest information. It is available on email. Every member of IIBF gets an email on this. All of you might have got this. How many of you are getting this IIBF vision? How many of you are getting this? Those who are in YouTube, you also type. Are you getting IIBF vision? Right, right. Many of us are getting it. How many of us read that? We all are getting, right? How many of us read it? I'll tell you what happens. Many of us, right? Many of us ignore it. Some of us keep it in a separate folder. Oh, I'll read it sometime later. We keep it in a separate folder. And that sometime never comes back. So always remember, whenever you get a new IIBF vision from this IIBF email, read it then and there only. Hardly it is what 2-3 pages. Okay, read it then and there only. Don't wait for the next time. See here, in life, remember one rule you follow in your life in any project, anywhere. In life, the rule is now or never. Now or never. This is the rule to be followed. Okay, now or never means what? If you do anything right now, only then it will be done. If you say I'll do it later, it will never happen. Later never comes. So it's now or never. That's the rule to be followed in life. Okay. So change your lifestyle from today. Use the concept now or never. Whenever you feel now I'm got very much tired, I won't be able to study. Challenge yourself. Ask yourself, okay, can I study at least 15 minutes? Whenever you say you can't study, challenge yourself and ask, can you study 15 minutes? Then increase that 15 to 20, 15 to 30, 30 to 1 hour. Like that you go on increasing. Okay? So when your boss instructs to do something, look at the technical part of it. Okay? Means any new job, any new thing which you are doing in your bank, think about the technical job. Okay? Study early in the morning, as much as possible early. Because morning mind is very fresh and it is always seen that whatever you study in the morning hours will always be much grasped by your mind. Study in the weekend with the full efforts, dedication, utilize the weekends. If the job is far away from the home, study while traveling, very important. If your job is far away, study while traveling, very important. Because many of us complain that how do I study while traveling? The lines in the books are so small, my eyes means we can't read it in the buses because nowadays they are crowded, right? Bus, train, or anything, metro, they are crowded nowadays. So in that case, what do? You don't study the book. You make the videos. See here, on Adda 24/7 app, you're having the videos as well. So go through the videos. Just put those earphones and hear the videos. That's also enough. Study in any possible way. Notes, videos, tests, anything possible. But do study. Don't waste your time. Okay? This syllabus is very essential for the aspirants who are preparing for the exam. Okay? So CAIIB syllabus stands as the backbone of the BFM paper. So backbone means, see this. Basically we are talking of BFM syllabus now. I'm coming to the specific topic of BFM. So this forms the backbone of this syllabus, forms the backbone of this paper. Now, important part is, in BFM, what do we study? In BFM, we mainly study Forex and second is Treasury. Treasury means related to your overall bank management. So these are the two main topics which we study in BFM, entire BFM. The syllabus is divided in this way only. Okay? So let's see some of them. What are the new types of questions asked in BFM? Remember, the basic types asked are numericals, theory, case studies, 1-mark questions, and questions without options. Okay? So numericals, theory, case studies, 1-mark, questions without options. Okay? Now what do you mean by all this? Say this. Case studies. Case studies will be of two types. Okay? They are either of numericals or they are of theory. See this, both the arrows I have drawn. So case studies can be of numericals, case studies can be of theory. Okay. 1 mark questions. 1 mark question again logically same. 1 mark question can be of theory as well as of numericals. Okay. Where numericals are involved. And questions without options, these are subjective ones. So no options in this. Okay. So these are the types of questions. Now you'll ask me how many case studies and how many 1 mark questions. Roughly the range is, look at this, in this paper, if I tell you this, okay, roughly the range is in, if you ask me for this ABM roughly you get around 40% case studies, 40%. 40 marks I'll call it simply, 40 marks cases. Okay, I'll write here cases. So cases 40 marks. Okay, here BFM you get around 50 marks cases, 50 marks. Okay, here again the same 40 and here again 40. Now something more is to be done over here. See this, something more is required. What is that? That last one is 40. I'll write this 40 over here now. Okay, 40 marks over here for VRBL. So something more is required. In this 40 marks for ABM, roughly I'll tell you 25 marks. 25 marks are numerical and 15 marks are theory. Okay. In this 50 marks over here, roughly around I'll tell you 30 to 35 marks are numerical. 30 to 35 I'll call it. 30 let's say. 30 are numerical and 20 are theory. Much numericals in this. Many numericals in this in BFM. In ABFM, roughly it's the rule is 20-20. 20 numericals and 20 theory. Okay. So this is a case study format. Okay. So you have to follow this format and you keep this in mind. Without case studies, remember you can't clear any of the papers without case studies. Huh? So next. So you have to prepare your own strategy also, CIB students. Huh? Strategy means what? Timing. Here we are talking of timing. You have to see which timing best suits for you. I said the best time is in the morning, but sometimes it's not possible for everyone to study in the morning. So in that case, try your own time. But do study. Logic is this. Do study at least 2 hours a day. Somewhere or the other. Okay. Then classes will be there, because you'll say, sir, 2 hours means classes then. Because classes will be for around 2-3 hours per day. And then afterwards 2 hours. So I know it's not possible. At least attend the classes with sincerity. Even if you attend the classes, then also it's as good as studying. And the PDFs which are given, the question banks which are given, the ebooks which are given, follow those. Okay. So here at Adda 24/7 we give you live classes, ebooks, tests. Remember, don't just follow live classes, follow the ebooks and tests as well. Test will give you the confidence in the exams. Okay. Now the modules of this BFM. As already written over there in the first slide, 4 modules: international banking, risk management, treasury management, and balance sheet. These are the 4 modules. Now remember one important part. Few things I'll make clear over here. International banking is totally different than the remaining modules. Totally different. International banking is totally related to Forex and its various roles of various agencies, ECGC, everywhere. All these things. Risk management, B. Now B, C, and D. These 3 modules are related to each other. If you know risk management well, if you study risk management well, I'll definitely tell you module C and D will be a cakewalk for you, easy for you, very easy. So that's why module B is very, very, very important, very important. Even module A. Module A is totally different. Forex numericals, if you are able to grasp it, you are done. Okay? Forex theory and numerical. Got it? These 2 are the biggest modules, biggest. C and D are smallest. Smallest means smaller than A and B. But A and B cover almost 60 marks of your paper. Almost 60 marks. Huh? A and B. Only A and B, 60 marks. Remaining to 20 marks. Okay? Subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. See here, in this channel, everyone, those who have joined the paid class, you also. And those who are watching on YouTube, you also. Everyone. Kindly note, on this YouTube session, I do take daily classes, daily free classes for half an hour. Daily. On I do take on BFM and ABM. So you follow them without fail. Check the timings. It's available in the morning time, English batches. Okay. So definitely follow them. There I take important objective questions. Objective questions. Okay. Why objective questions? Because in the classes we teach the theory, whatever is given in the textbook, whatever the important theory that we teach it. But what sort of questions can come? That are also covered in the classes. I do take the revision on a daily basis in the classes. So that is definitely covered. But do follow the YT series also. Okay, those who are in the class also and those who are watching on YouTube also. Never forget that. Okay. Now let's look at each module separately in details. Module A. Module A, these are the 5 subjects. So all of you might be happy, 5 subjects. So easy. No, it's not easy. These 5 plus these 5, total 10 subjects. Okay, 10 chapters. So module A, that's why what did I say? Biggest ones are module A and B. Biggest ones. Total 10 chapters. And all these 10 chapters, remember, numericals are over here. In first chapter, second you don't have numericals. Some theory case studies do come in this. Everywhere, yeah. Everywhere only case studies, theory. First one is numericals and facilities to exporters and importers, means this is combined in chapter number 1 only. So chapter 1 will have many numericals. Case studies will come from chapter 1. Roughly 2 case studies of 5 marks each do come from chapter 1. Case studies from this. Okay. Facility, remaining all this liberalized LRS scheme. LRS scheme means what? See this, a liberalized remittance scheme. Okay, how many of you know the limit of LRS scheme? You might have studied it somewhere or in your JIB also. What is the limit of LRS scheme? And what is this scheme about? Is it about sending funds abroad or is it getting the funds inside? Okay. Sending funds, correct. Outward. It is for outward. And what is the limit? It is $250,000 per financial year. Per person. 250,000. 2.5 lakhs. 2.5 lakh dollars per financial year per person. Per person. Huh? Yeah. Okay. One question is asked to me by who? Ravi. Which batch to select? Which batch in your that exam, which batch to select? I'll suggest the best option is second batch. Second, huh? Don't select the first batch. Select the second batch. Why second batch? Because what happens, in the first batch you get some idea what the paper is, somewhat you get some questions, simple ones. Okay? Got it? Then last batch, what happens? Many of you select this last batch. But I've seen in the recent years what is happening is IIBF also knows that the student has got the questions from the internet. Understand this. As you get the questions from internet on various channels, even we do this analysis of the papers. So IIBF also understands this, that students get the questions. So what do? In the batch number 3, they change the questions. That's what has been seen. So that's why, and many a times it's seen that last batch is tougher, very tough, last batch. So try to get the second batch. Okay. If first batch, if you can do, means if you have completed your studies, first batch is also okay. But my suggestion would be second batch. Okay. Second batch, you go for it and it is better. Okay. So yeah, here this is LRS and other remittance schemes. So here it is theory part totally. Correspondent banking and NRI account. This is related to the LC banking. Means these two are roughly related somewhere. Correspondent banking means the relationship banking between various banks in the world. NRI accounts. What are the various types of NRI accounts? What are the facilities for NRI? Where NRIs are not allowed to invest. All these. LCs. Complete details about the LCs. How is LC created? What are the various banks involved in the LCs? All these things. Okay, what are the various types of LCs? What is UCP, ISP, ISBP, URR, all these rules. Okay, so all these are the parts of documentary LC. Facilities to exporters and importers. Various facilities given by Government of India. Means what? Facilities related to, they are related to subvention. Subvention means discount. Discount in what? In export, that customs duty. Suppose if I am exporting, then the custom duty is zeroized for me. Okay, so that is a facility for the exporters. For importers also. Suppose if I'm here importer, why should I give this facility? Basically, logically, you remember in CAIIB. Okay, in CAIIB, you tell me, at a CAIIB level, we are not just students. You must think logically also. Why should a government give this what? Yeah, this what means discount to these importers? Why? Because in import, what are we doing? We are bringing the goods from outside and sending money to sending dollars outside. So government should not give any import concessions, but then also it's giving it. Why? This is given for if you bring a machinery in India, machinery in our country. Okay, so machinery in Bharat. Now we won't call it India, we'll call it Bharat. So machinery in our country Bharat, and then we produce on that, manufacture on it, and then export. That's why this scheme is given for importers, right? Otherwise, importers are of no actually not that useful to the country. They are useful to it when they bring in the machinery, produce on it, and then sell outside. Okay. The next is ECB, External Commercial Borrowing and Foreign Investments. What is ECB? Basically, it's a loan, borrowing. Okay. There are various types of ECBs. ECBs can be in dollar, can be in rupees, less than 3 years, more than 3 years. Various categories are there. So ECBs and various regulations also. There are many years given for how many years which ECB is allowed. All these are the important parts. So these are asked in the exam. Risk in the foreign trade, role of ECGC means Export Credit Guarantee Corporation. What is the role of ECGC? How does it help the exporters? Okay. So ECGC, many schemes are there. Few schemes for the banks, few schemes for the customers, for the exporters. So all these schemes are discussed. Role of Exim Bank, RBI, Exchange Control, FEMA, FEDI, all this. This is the theory topics here. This from 8, 7 and 8. 7 is okay, but 8 is very boring topic, to be frank. Very boring. You'll get bored in this 8th chapter. Okay. But from exam point of view, you get around 3 to 4 marks from this. 3 to 4 marks, not more than that. Hardly 5, not more than 5. Okay. So this is this you have to study. After all, we can't escape. Even though it is boring, we have to study this. These two are interesting topics. 9 IFS is interesting topic. It definitely has gained importance in your BFM. This recently it has been added after May this 23. They have added this topic. Earlier it was not there. These two topics have gained much importance nowadays. Why? Because we are focusing on this IFSC. Means IFSC means basically tax heaven. What is tax heaven? Kindly type on Google. There are many tax heaven countries in this world. Okay, like Dubai, UAE. There is no tax in UAE. So what happens? All the businesses run there, go there. Okay, and as they go there, we lose on the business. So what our government has started, special centers are started throughout the country, like Gift City, Gujarat, Gandhinagar. Okay, that's a tax haven. So what happens? All the international companies will come there. Means here we are talking of only financial. We are not talking of manufacturing. Okay, so we are planning to do this tax haven concept. Next is technology. Technology is also interesting. Technology means what? What are the latest developments in this international banking? how it is made online. Okay. Module B. Again, I said biggest topics. Then you'll say, sir, biggest? Only 5 chapters? No. Wait. ये तो बस ट्रेलर है, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. 16, 17, 18. So 5 plus 3, 8. 5 and 3, 8. Total 8 chapters. These 8 chapters are, yeah, these eight chapters are, I'll tell you, the BAP of all the topics. Frankly, this chapter number 13, risk regulations in banking industry. This chapter is so big that it covers many times entire portion of some of the subjects in some of the papers. Entire portion, that much big this chapter is, very big, right? You have this that one dialogue in one movie, right? That who was that? ये दुख काहे खत्म नहीं होता, right? There's one dialogue. We hear the memes also of that. ये दुख काहे खत्म नहीं होता. Same logic is over here. ये chapter काहे खत्म नहीं होता. Never ends. So big, on and on and on. Students, 160 pages slides are there. Means the slides are only 160 pages. 160 slides. Only slides of this chapter. Means I am having those slides. It's so big. Because in textbook they have given so detailed about this subject, this chapter, that if you miss something, here, why do we teach in so many such a details? Because if you miss something, that might come to you in exam. Okay, so it shouldn't happen, right? Weightage is huge. This chapter number 13 will have around 10 marks to 12 marks, roughly 10 to 12 marks minimum, minimum. And if you include a case study, there'll be around more 8-10 marks, means around 20 marks you can consider for this chapter. It's so big and so important. Also important, it's not that only big, it's very important. Okay. So this risk and basic risk management framework, that's okay. Means basically how does the bank deal with the various committees, okay, in the risk management. That is a basic framework. What is the role of each board of directors? What is the role of the general managers? What is the role of the employees? That is discussed over here. Risk in banking business. What are the various risks in banking business? Okay. Various risks: credit risk, market risk, operations risk, reputation risk, business risk. Thousands of risks are there. Okay. Forex risk. Then what? Price risk, interest rate risk, all the risks. You name any risk, all the risks are there. Okay. Risk regulations means what does RBI do in this to control this risk? What is the role of RBI? So various rules given for this, and from the banking channel part also, what should the bank do to control the risk? See here, RBI can't do everything over here. It's nowadays left to the banks. Banks have to control their own risk. Okay. So that's why this topic contains how to mitigate the risk or control the risk. Then remaining are okay. Market risk. See here, if you see market, credit, you will find some reference in this chapter number 13. Again, remember, why this chapter is big. Again, we'll come to this point. Why this chapter is big? Because many of these 1, 11, 12, 14, 15, and these all 16, 17, 18. Many of these you will find reference in this chapter. Means if you study this chapter well, you will find repetition in many of these chapters. Okay, that's why this chapter is big. So market risk, credit risk, ops risk, operations risk, these are the 3 risks which you have to study. These are okay, means not that difficult. Okay, means what is market risk? Basically the risk which is not in your hands. Okay, which affects you but is not in your hands. Okay. For example, I'll give you a simple example like this latest wars which are going on. Iran war, right? Iran has attacked this Israel. Israel is attacking Iran, right? On that Hamas attack, Russia, Ukraine, China, China and Taiwan going on. So these all are market risk. Market risk. Okay. These are not in your hands, but they'll affect your overall daily life. Okay. Credit risk means lending risk. When we lend to anyone, give the loans to anyone, or we invest in the bonds. Okay, that is the credit risk. How to control it? Ops means mainly related to human being and the technology. Means link failure, hardware not working, or employee not working properly, errors from the employee. Liquidity risk. This risk is faced on the daily basis by the banks. Liquidity. Okay, liquidity means not having the enough money to pay for daily expenses. And Basel 3. Basel 3 is basically related to your Basel 3 means basically balance sheet management. Okay, Basel 3 framework. Now, the reference of this Basel 3, you'll again find it in module number D. See this. Now, these two modules are easy, C and D. Very easy modules. Once you are through in module B, module C and D becomes easy. Because many of the topics you will find a repetition in A also. See this, equity and debt product, treasury products. You will find a reference in module A also of treasury products. So introduction to treasury, treasury products, international equity and debt products, funding and regulatory aspects, treasury risk management, derivative products, treasury and ALM. Now if you look at this, chapter number 20, 21 and 24, almost common. Some part you will find it in common. Treasury products, equity and debt products and derivative products. Roughly you'll find at least 30% same. Okay. Funding and regulatory aspects and treasury risk management. These two you'll find some reference with each other. Okay. Introduction to treasury management means it's related to this integrated treasury nowadays. Treasury and ALM, asset liability management. So this you will find a reference in again module B, ALM. Okay. Then if you go to this module D, balance sheet management, here it is completely related to Basel 3. Basel 3 is basically talking about Basel 3 third pillar. Okay, that is talking about this balance sheet management. So here it includes all these components of assets and liabilities in bank's balance sheet. Means basically you'll have to know the details of the balance sheet first. I'll first teach you the balance sheet and then I'll teach you the bank's balance sheet. Capital adequacy norms means basically CRAR ratios. Okay, what is the CR? That's why this reference you'll find it in module B again. Asset classification, it's there in module B again, and provisioning norms. Liquidity management, again module B you are having this. Interest rate fund management. See here, these topics are there in module B, but here what happens, they have given something additional. So that's why you have to study it again. Otherwise, someone of you might say, if you are having this in module B, why should I study it over here? But what has happened? They have added certain elements over here. So that's why we have to study. RAROC and profit planning. Okay, risk adjusted return on capital and profit planning. Okay, so these are the 4 modules, and these are the detailed subjects of each module. Okay. Now let me take few examples and then we'll stop. Okay. Examples means many of you might be wondering, all this is told, but what do I do? How should I study? So let's get the level of the questions. Only 3 questions I'll take today. A bank holds a stock of company A and wants to protect the downside risk. So it should do what? Think about yourself only. If you purchase a share from the stock market, and why do you purchase that share? Okay, whenever you purchase any share or any property, anything which you purchase in business, why do you purchase it? So that the price increases, right? Yeah. So that the price increases, right? And you sell it later. That's the basic logic. Are you able to see the screen properly, everyone? Are you able to see the screen properly? Or is there any problem in the screen? Yes, no? Yeah. So everyone is okay. So One of them is not able. So what you do? Log out and log in again. Shiv Krishna Dayal, log out and log in again. Okay. Yeah. So now coming back to this. See this bank holds the stock of company. So why do you purchase any share? So that it increases in future and you are able to sell it. But if it decreases, then what? You expect it to increase, but if it decreases, then what? So this is a question over here. Whenever you are long on any stock or long on any commodity, see this I have given it over here also. Whenever you are long on any commodity, you should be short in the derivative. You should buy put option. Commodity and derivative. See, a derivative is always there for covering the risk in the commodity, covering the risk, downside risk. Okay. So whenever you are long on any share or any commodity, you should be buying put in derivatives. Whenever you are short on any commodity, you should be buying call on this derivative. So here the answer will be what? If the company holds a stock option, stock of company A, and wants to protect the downside risk, so it should buy the put option. Simple. Okay. So buying the put option is the strategy over here. Similarly, other one. The main purpose of capital adequacy norms is to ensure that the bank has sufficient capital to. Capital adequacy norms means we are talking of CRAR over here. What is the minimum CRAR now? What is the minimum CRAR? As per the latest RBI figures, minimum CRAR is 11.5%. 9 plus 2.5% CCB, capital conservation buffer. So from 2021, RBI has made this CCB compulsory. So 9 plus 2.5. Okay. Even this 9 is broken down further into two parts, tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 1 is of 7% and tier 2 is of 2%. Even this tier 1 is broken down further in CET1 and AT1, means additional tier 1. CET1 means what? Common equity tier 1. So 5.5% and 1.5%. Okay. What is this tier 1 and tier 2? You might have studied this in your JIB, but again, tier 1 means what? It's called as a free capital, free. Okay, free capital. Tier 2 is what? Tier 2 is a paid capital. Paid means what? Here I have to pay compulsory interest on this in tier 2. In tier 1, I don't require to pay any interest. If I miss out it, I miss out. So that's called as a free capital or going concern. Tier 2 is known as a gone concern. So what is the purpose of this CRAR and all these things which we have to maintain? To provide a stable resources to absorb any loss arising from the risk in the business, right? So any loss, suppose if I am suffering any loss, if I have urgent loss, means many times it happens. Even after taking all the precautions, we have losses. So to cover those losses, we must have adequate capital. Okay. So the purpose of this capital adequacy ratio is to absorb the losses in the urgent situation. Okay. Yeah, you wanted this Telegram link, na? Say this Telegram and this. I've given this support link also. Support number, support link, everything I've given. Okay, I've shared it in the pin comment. Everyone, Telegram and a support link. I've shared it in the pin comment. Okay. So last question. If a bank borrows USD, now look at this numerical. If the bank borrows USD for 3 months at 2.5% and swaps the same in INR for 3 months for deployment of CP, commercial paper, at 5.5%, the 3 months premium in US dollar is 0.75%. The margin generated by the bank in this transaction is, now this question will come to you for 1 mark. Okay, and if you don't know, you will miss out on this. Very simple one, very simple. Okay, but you have to think over it. Can anyone give me the answer? Very simple. Can anyone think of the answer? There are only two legs over here. One, I am borrowing. Second, I am lending. Means borrowing and investing. Okay, so I am borrowing at what rate? I am giving at investing at what rate? That's what is my total logic. That's why I said very simple problem. Okay, can anyone give me the answer if possible? Yes. The margin generated is how much? How much is the bank earning in this? What is the job of bank? The job of bank is to earn between the differences, right? Whatever we borrow and whatever we lend, the difference is our income, isn't it? So what do you think should be the margin over here? Yeah. Who can give me the answer? 3. Okay. Somewhat near. Somewhat near. AVS, somewhat near. Slight difference is there. 3 is okay. You have done, your logic is correct, but slight difference is required over here. 2.75. Slight difference. 2.75. You are near to this, Arun Kumar. Yeah, now you are right, AVS. Okay. See here, it's like this. I'm borrowing at what cost? 2.5%. See here, bank borrows at 2.5%. But the 3 months premium is given as 0.75%. So this premium also I'll have to pay. Premium means what? I'm borrowing for 3 months. So I'm suppose if I come to you with this transaction. So if you are going to sell me, you will also claim this premium over here. So my total cost of borrowing will be 2.5 plus 0.75. So it will be 3.25. And I'm investing at what rate? 5.5%. So when I'm investing at 5.5, this is what I'm investing, right? And this is what I'm borrowing. So my difference is what? The 5.5 minus 3.25, right? What is the answer? 2.25, right? So the answer will be 2.25. Okay? Yeah, 2.25. Okay, 2.25. Got it? So that was it about introduction. From tomorrow we'll be starting the actual topic. Actual topic, okay? So those who have not joined yet and watching on YouTube, everyone who's watching on YouTube, join it same time, 8 to 9, same time, okay? So those who are watching on YouTube, kindly join the Adda 24/7 batches immediately. This fresh batches has started just now, Zeal, okay? So join it immediately. See this. I'll show you how to join this. Go to Adda 24/7. See this over here. Click on JIB and CIB. I'll always suggest you to download the app first and go through the app. In the app, you get coin systems. So there you will earn a bit extra, 1% extra. Click on CIB June 24. Click on this Zeal batch. Okay. All these ebooks, test series, live classes, PDFs, counseling, live recorded classes, doubt solving, experienced faculties, everything. And what cost? Look at the cost, charges. Click on buy now. Okay. Put the code Y432. Y432. Click on apply. Look at this. Right now, today's offer is 80% plus 1% on the app. If you buy through the app, you'll get 1% extra, that coin systems. You go on collecting the coins, you'll get extra. So 81%, right? So huge discount offer. That's why I would suggest join the batches ASAP. And those who have joined the batches, I will also suggest you to buy the Mahapack. In Mahapack, you get 15 plus batches. So look at this. You get 15 plus batches per subject. Per subject. And double validity offer is going on. You can upgrade for that. See here. Many of you might have brought the batches only, single batch. So you can upgrade to this Mahapack. Okay. Double validity means 6 months you buy, 6 months free. 12 months you buy, 12 months free. Plus 80% off, 81% off. That is obviously there. Okay. So don't miss this and join the classes ASAP. Okay. And those who have joined the classes, follow the instructions whichever we'll be telling you in the class. Okay. Chalo. Bye everyone. So let's meet tomorrow. Huh? Tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. We'll be starting with the first chapter of ours, module A. Okay? Chal, bye. Don't forget to give the ratings at the end. Never forget, okay? Rating just 3 stars, tick, 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 and over. Okay? 3, all these 5, 5, 5 stars, and move on. Okay? So don't forget to give the ratings at the end, and let's meet tomorrow. Okay?